Some events in the life of a person can prove to be the turning point. We are here with one such person who faced overwhelming challenges and overcame it with grit and courage. And what happened after was extraordinary. I'm reading a quote: to heal from any disease, one has to work on mental, physical, and spiritual aspects. This is a quotation by Shruti Sethi, who's a fashion designer, a health and conscious coach, and the founder of Ehcore and Annaha Wellness. She's also a plant-based nutritionist. Hi, Shruti.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me. And, this is such a pleasure and honor to be speaking at this Global Vegan Business Expo.
Thank you so much, Shruti. So we're all curious to know about how did it all begin?
Sure.
Turning point.
Uh, yes. So it started in 2016 when I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a cancer of the immune system. And as a layman, as a person, leading a normal life, I didn't know about the nuances of cancer. Actually, what is cancer? How does it affect? How does it come in one's body? And what is lymphatic system, basically? So going through Google and, going to doctors, I understood that it is a form of cancer. And then the reality set in, okay, it is cancer. Otherwise, I was hoping that it's a bad dream and I'll just wake up, but it didn't happen. And it as a journey, as a normal person, you are in a total shock. And I was diagnosed when I was 34, which is very young to hear all these terms, cancer and all. We always think we are immortals and nothing good of this sort is going to happen. And while going through tests also and while going to doctors, I always used to find very old people or not people of my age coming to them. It was such a shock to me as why has this come into my life, what has happened, and what made cancer come into me. Why is this disease, what is this disease about, why does cancer happen, or why does any disease happen, and how can we tackle it? Because I was never running to the doctors very much. And I was leading a very bad and stressful life now that I look back. And for people who don't understand what a lifestyle should be, I thought that okay, a little bit of stress is normal, sleeping late is normal, doing okay exercise is normal, or eating out is normal. That was all normal for me. When I look back and I understand, oh my God, these are the factors and these are the bodies, these are the symptoms I was actually having before cancer. I uh, never actually realized that, oh, the body was actually giving me symptoms. It was me who just didn't understand and didn't have this relationship. And I was thinking, oh, this is like a normal thing. Everybody goes through stress, everybody goes through acidity, everybody goes through these things. So it can lead to something like cancer. I had really no clue about it.
Oh,
It all started from there, that body giving me symptoms and me not realizing, and all of a sudden the cancer started showing up.
mhm. So were you vegan at that time?
I was absolutely not a vegan. I didn't know the word vegan. It was in 2016. I was heavily into dairy. Being a vegetarian, we are brought up and we are brought up and grown up in this notion that where will I get my calciums from? Where will I get my protein if I stop eating dairy? Though my dermatologist and a lot of people had told me to give up dairy, but I was just not able to process the whole thing, that why giving up dairy. And I used to have a lot of acne and acidity and bloating issues. So it didn't set me, it didn't feel right that time that I should give up dairy, because I didn't know that dairy causes such and such things. And there was probably that time not much of awareness, or I didn't know what is vegan or being plant based. All suppose I thought being vegetarian is being plant based. But yes, so it was a vegan. I became a vegan in 2017. when my treatment got started and when I got in touch with a lot of experts and a lot of wellness consultants, got to know Dr. Rashmi Menon, Dr. Nandita, Dr. Rupa, so many other of people who were talking about being a vegan. And then I realized that, oh, these are issues with, even if I started on Ayurveda, even if I did take some natural protocols to heal my cancer, the cancer was not going. It was actually growing. So I was saying, okay, this is the mistake which I had done. I had to actually give up dairy, and I got so muffled, and I got so, internet can show you so many different things, and we only pick and choose what we want to do it. We don't pick up and choose what is actually good for us. So we always need experts to guide us. I always believe that one should go to an expert. And being veganism started for me in 2017 February, when I started my chemotherapy as well. And I completely gave up dairy, gave up all dairy things, ghee and butter, milk, chas, buttermilk, all those kind of dairy products which I used to consume. And my body started responding well to the treatment. My body started also, I had a lot of nausea, a lot of other things uh, in the first or twice cycles of the chemotherapy. But after the second chemotherapy, my body actually, started healing faster. I started feeling better. I started actually working also. And in fourth chemotherapy, after the fourth chemotherapy, I was very insistent of the doctor doing a test again, like a PET scan. And there, it was like a miracle which happened. Was 99% resolution came, and there was like cancer stopped growing in my body, whereas I was on a stage B, second B, and the tumor size was increasing. I had some patches in my lungs and my back and all. It was growing, the cancer was growing that time, and all of a sudden it stopped, like in four chemos. And the doctor also was very happy and shocked as to how, what are you doing, what are you eating. Because when we generally go to the doctor, they don't advise us on nutrition. I said, whatever you want to eat, eat. They said, whatever you feel like eating. But we need to understand, we are making certain environment for diseases in our body. There is certain terrain we should always think of. Outside terrain is one thing and inner terrain is one thing. So I started cleaning up my inner terrain. I started building for cancer. First of all, when you become a vegan, the inflammation goes down, and cancer is nothing but actually sort of an inflammation. So that inflammation started going down. I started feeling better. I started feeling like nausea went off, and I recovered much better. My mood swings, you get a lot of mood swings while chemotherapy. You just don't feel like doing anything. It that also got better. And it was just amazing, then after thereafter I had to finish the protocol, but the doses were reduced considerably. And then after my last cycle, I again went to the doctor, and then they said, okay, now you have to take radiation, because the tumor size was that much. Though the cancer had stopped, it had absolutely there was no cancer in my body, the PET scan showed. But they were insisted that this is a certain protocol you have to follow, and you have to take radiation, which I refused outrightly, because I didn't feel the need of having it. I thought that I'm going to give myself this much time, like 6 months, and work on my body, work on my mindfulness, work on having a very good diet. And let's see after 6 months what happens. And till then, till now, it's absolutely fine. uh, because that's what I took a chance, because I made this relationship with my own self and my own body, is that I feel good inside. There is something called intuition, and I thought that let me just go with my intuition right now. And it is obviously very difficult, because anything small happens, that fear sets, is it cancer, is it because of cancer, is it because cancer? But then slowly and gradually, when you have confidence, when you start feeling better, when you start having this that, okay, my body is responding well, then you you feel confident, and I felt confident because I became a vegan and because I left dairy, that the inflammation, my skin got better, my gas went, the bloating went out, my hormones, I got my periods early. The doctor said you might never get your periods, but in 6 months time I got my chumps back. Also, I my bones, the recovery was so much faster. In 6 months I was after 6 months I was holidaying. So I feel being a vegan really healed me in this in the cancer journey. Yeah.
So, from the moment of discovery that you have Hodgkin's to the remission that you experienced, what kind of a time gap could this be?
I would say the remission, I'm still in remission. They say that at least 5 years you need to be cancer free. So 2016 I was diagnosed, 2017 my treatment got over, and till now, say it's 2020, so 3 years, 3.5 years, I'm still better. I'm actually thriving. I feel so much better, I can't tell you.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, if and I always tell people that generally whenever I used to go to the hospital, I always used to ask people who used to come for their second or third recurrences. So what changes have you done in your life? You are going taking the same amount of treatment, but have you changed your lifestyle? So they didn't know anything about nutrition. They didn't know anything about other therapies as well. And being on a non-dairy diet was something very new to them. Like, what is veganism? I always used to educate people that, go, something is wrong in your body. That's why cancer has come. Gene mutations is only 5 to 6%. If your gene genetically, cancers are only 5 to 6% genetically can evolve in you, but the rest of the thing is your inner environment, your outer environment, and the kind of things you're eating. So it made me realize that I am doing something I'm different, and maybe I will get better results. And I did get results. And I always tell people to, first step is to whatever diseases they have, first thing is to go on an anti-inflammatory diet, and which is dairy is number one cause of inflammation. So for me, it was really a miracle, I must say.
So, would you have called yourself intuitive from the start?
No, actually, see, we all are intuitive as human beings, but somehow I lost that intuitiveness because I became less confident and I became very stressed out in life. We know inside that we should be doing, and in a way, I was wanting to go off dairy, but it was just I didn't realize that it will make such a difference. So coming in this diet, what it made me realize is that not only the changes happen in your body but also in your mind. So because I feel it's absolutely non-ahimsa way of non-ahimsic life. So once the diet change, then it really reflects on the way you're thinking, and it reflects on your life. So I used to use leather. I used to also use a lot of products which have a sort of an animal products in it, or I would not see what kind of makeup I'm using, or any lipsticks have this fish scales and all. So you become sort of like a geek. Like, okay, I want to go into the details of what these products have. Just veganism just doesn't is related to your food. It is also related to how compassionate you are. Okay, your food doesn't contain any dairy products, but are your products containing any animal products? For example, the your shampoos or the makeup you use, the shoes, the saris maybe are made of silk. So you become kind of, there's a shift in your mindset, which also happened with me. And I was into like bridal designing, as I told you, and then I was thinking, I thought that, I want to go completely something which is non-toxic, which is sustainable, which is vegan, which is, which is also which goes with my lifestyle. Why not start something like that, which reflects the complete persona I have become? So that's why I started Ehcore, and I started working with the whole philosophy of sustainability, because I feel we need to look at the planet, the toxic load on the planet as well, the waste we are producing every day, the plastic. I mean, plastic is number one cause also of these estrogen producing hormones, and that leads to cancer. So it's that shift in mindset which made me realize a lot of things in life as to what direction I want to go. And I'm really grateful for cancer to come so early in my life, because it made me the person I am right now. And so I would not do something which will not go with my lifestyle, or which will not go with my values.
So when you first learned that you have cancer, you may have been distressed. So and to be able to come to a point when you're able to say that cancer made me the person I am. So that is a very, what would you call it? It's a very empowering statement that one can make.
Yes.
So can you elaborate, or can you talk more about that?
Yeah, actually, what it is such a it's a human emotion. We go through wherever something wrong happens, we just start try and label it. Oh, this is cancer happened. Oh my God, my life is doomed. Now what will I do? We are so fearful, and we don't know, that we have fear of unknown as to what is my life going to shape up, and we label that event it's bad, like cancer ho gaya to matlab bura. But if we can just stop and reflect and pause and see that okay, something's come into my life because there is to maybe make me change my direction in life, or to make me think better as to I'm doing something wrong, probably with my lifestyle, probably with my thinking, or probably something is wrong, and we need to actually look the bigger picture, and take that responsibility of our health in our hands. We go to the doctors, they tell us something, but we need to also analyze our own state of health. Why is it happen? Is dairy the cause of it? Is my lifestyle, too much of drinking, smoking, less sleep is the cause of it? Because all of a sudden cancer doesn't happen, it takes years and years. And somehow you have to be information, you need to get this information. Okay, why is dairy bad? Why not this? Why just give up ghee? What is that factors which somebody is telling you to give up dairy? So all these things which made me realize. And uh, you know when I obviously got the cancer detected, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to survive it, not survive it. What is the future going to be? So many questions come in your mind. You're so living in fear. But slowly and gradually, as I told you, as I opened up to many things, we should always have this thing to understand what are other people's journey, what have they gone through. We should not be in that the same line of circle. We need to go out of that circle which we have created by ourselves and for ourselves. So the line which we cross, and when we go to the other side of it, and we can see that there are so many aspects which we can do, as even in not even in cancer, but any other diseases. There's only not allopathy. There is okay, there's some alternative treatment, there is nutrition which can make us do better things and make our lives better. So this way I think I was brought out of my shell. When I got cancer, started meeting people, I started reflecting on my life. And when you start working on your diet, it actually started me working on my diet because I tried something new, and then my mindset shifted and I started doing new things in life. So I am pretty grateful. That's why I'm giving this such a strong statement that if in now in hindsight, like something comes to you in a form of, you think it's the worst possible thing, but if you look at the other way, it might be the best thing which has ever happened.
Okay, okay. So your brand Ehcore, It was already there during that time. Yeah.
Yes.
So, what are the steps, what are the challenges you faced to make it sustainable?
There were many challenges. First is to uh, stand first is to convince people to use the waste material, and but I was fortunate that these group of ladies who were so creative here in Jaipur, and they started telling me about plastic, and we started procuring first of all things. And when I went to the factories and I said that I want your waste materials, give me your waste materials, and what are you going to make out of waste materials? And also went into completely natural dyes. So no, that was another challenge which I faced, because in natural dyes not many people are working. So the combinations and the kind of reactions it's going to give on the fabric and all, the color combinations and all, so that was something which I had to learn, that use certain amount of colors, and also the way the colors are being made. Oh my god, so much toxic chemicals goes into it, so much of water consumption goes into it. So how will the natural dyes help? Like, even the water used thereafter for the dyes, they are absolutely good for the plants. And so there were many challenges, but I was pretty determined to at least start something which I would want to wear as a person.
Okay. So, was it more expensive to procure these sustainable
Of
materials?
course, it no the dyes and all little bit expensive, because you make a certain amount of dyes and certain amount of colors, and also organic clothing and all was, because you don't work in bulk. It was a bit expensive, but I tried to make it as reasonable possible, because wanted more and more people to buy them off.
Okay. So, then, when was the next change in your?
Yeah. So I became I when I started going out in Jaipur and started sharing my story, a lot of people were intrigued. And that's how I met one of the corporate, Mr. N.K. Chaudhary of Jaipur Rugs. He wanted me to come and work as a health coach in their company. And I was like, what? I have never worked in a corporate environment. What am I going to do? And slowly and gradually I paved my path there in a corporate firm. We had a lot of projects. We started working on non-plastic projects, like completely banning plastic. Also working as a health coach, I worked with around 100 people, 100 to 150 people, getting their synopsis, working on their mental health, also on their diet, taking health retreats with them, giving them like yoga sessions, and also designing their meal plans and everything. So I actually started loving this, and then there where I decided to take up it professionally, join myself in Cornell, and also join Sharon. And then I now I COVID has given me a time to sit and decide as to where I want to take the next big step. That's why Anaha came into existence.
Okay. So, from fashion designer to, I think it was curating recipes.
Yes, absolutely.
Or so, what is next now? What is your next vision with
My
Anna? Let's start. Uh-huh.
next vision is already planted. I want to start my own wellness company. I have a team now, and we are working with a lot of patients. I really want to help them cure their illnesses and show them that nutrition plays such an important role in their healing journey. Also mindfulness and yoga, which I firmly believe. I'm also going to be a yoga teacher very soon. And I want to show them that, okay, I'm not saying medicine is bad, but I'm saying there is an alternative way. There is something called being plant based, being a vegan, which can help you at least get better and cure your diseases and illnesses.
And what is your message to the audience at the Global Vegan Business Expo? What would you inspire other people?
I would say, let's see, most of the people who will be attending are vegan, but especially for the non-vegans, I don't. try, and I don't want to actually use this terms vegans and non-vegans. There is, it's like a natural being vegan is actually a natural diet, I feel. It is the way the nature wants you to live a life. We don't want to harm other creatures. We don't, just because we want to drink something out of them, or we feel that the nutrients we get out of them are the best. There are alternatives, and there are better alternatives, and once you know the alternatives, you won't go back again. Actually, that's what I would want any person to decide. Just try for a few days and see how your body responds, and then take a call. Because sometimes, you know, a lot of preaching doesn't really help. It's the action which you take, and which I also took, like taking small steps towards changing my diet. Even for a non-vegan or anybody who's wanting to go into this journey, is like take these small steps and see how you feel for yourself, and then take a decision.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Shruti. Yes?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It was lovely talking to you. I hope that
And it's a fantastic message and an inspirational journey that you're sharing with a lot of people out there.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.